Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. We've got Obi-Wan Red versus Ackbar Data Vault, getting ready for sectors here in October. Really excited about it. So we start on Adi, they start on R2, and then another one drop. I believe that's the cartel turncoat. And we've got a spicy play here. We can go ahead and jam into the cartel turncoat to draw that card with our blue leader. Sorry about all the camera shaking. We had some people over last night, and we were jamming a bunch of Star Wars, getting ready for the sectors. In fact, my opponent and his wife sitting next to him there, we're actually going to carpool together, get an Airbnb together, and we're going to be, just spending time together because they also are fellow brothers and sisters in Christ. We all go to the same church, which is really nice. So I'm kind of excited to go with them. I'm actually really excited to go with them because I know that it's going to be a good time. They go ahead and claim after playing Sundari Peacekeepers, and we just use the Force to put a +1/+1 counter onto our Adi. Now, I should have been aware of the Falcon out of this deck, so there was some play to put the experience counter onto the blue leader. But I think we're okay sitting where we're at. So he's going to go ahead and drops that Falcon. Drops the Falcon. Yeah, my opponent sitting across from me was at Galactics. They went to Galactics, and he made day 2. In fact, he was like a damage point off of making day 3, and come to find out that the opponent he was playing with to get to day 3 actually miscalculated, so he should have won the game to make it to day 3, which is super awesome. That means I love playing with Josh because he is just one heck of a Star Wars player and always keeps me on my toes. So we're going to go ahead and play out Bright Hope. Now, I think this was actually a heads-up play for me, being able to put the blue leader back into my hand to be able to deal with the Sundari Peacekeepers on the ground next turn while straving off some of this Falcon damage. So we swing 3 with Adi. They swung 1 with R2. They find Babu Frick. I'm not going to lie. I've only played up against Ackbar twice now, including this matchup. And Babu's crazy in this deck. It's crazy in the Ackbar deck. That's for sure. But we've got a stacked hand here. We're feeling pretty good. I probably could just drop the bombing run at this point. He hasn't really made too many of the 2/2s, and that's all that's really good against. So there's some play there. But I was kind of just like sandbagging it, hoping that if he does build a board of 2/2s that I could just wipe them all out. Because, I mean, at some point this Bright Hope is going to go down. And I can't really do too much about that. So this is one of the longer games I've played with Obi-Wan Red, simply because of how tempo-y Ackbar can really be, let alone being a 33 HP base. So he does have an extra 5 health advantage on me. But because he played the Babu, and I know exactly what Babu can do, I'm forced to go into the Babu with the blue leader instead of the Sundari Peacekeepers, which is what I would have really liked to take out because of all the restore it's got, and it has the raid, if I'm correct. So I have some options to make here, but I go ahead and send 3 into base. Oh, we actually send it into the Peacekeepers. That means I'm trying to take it out with the Obi-Wan, and I think that's fine. I think that's fine. So he's going to rest the R2, make a 2/2, and now the 2/2s start. But I think my goal here is just control his units as much as possible. We played a couple games before this, and he was able to catch me on them, but I learned from it pretty fast. My idea is just control his board state as much as possible. I'm not going to win the race 9 times out of 10. So I just need to control his board state as much as possible. And then we go ahead and send it into the Sindari Peacekeeper. Not being able to put an experience counter on anything. Blue leader's a little bit of a nombo with my leader, but I mean, it's fine. So we found another Bright Hope, so if this one goes down, we are cooking still. Feeling pretty good about that. So he goes ahead and bounces. We catch the initiative again, which is really good. And I have a few options I can take this turn. I keep thinking my Bright Hope's gonna die, but it doesn't. I keep forgetting it's got 7 HP now because of the because of the experience counter. But I have a few options I can take this turn. I can go Pillage plus Gungi, or I can drop another Bright Hope plus Gungi. And I could start on the Gungi here. You know, which would be pretty, because we know he's got the Falcon in hand. So if I started on the Gungi, but he does only have 3 cards in hand, and that's why I'm like incentivized to play this Pillage, just because he only has 3 cards in hand, and if I rip 2 of them away right now, he's probably not getting rid of the Falcon, which means I don't have to worry about anything else but the Falcon this turn, and I can still play the Gungi here. Because it's like either Gungi plus Bright Hope or Gungi plus Pillage. And we got rid of a pilot, which is huge. We got rid of the Anakin pilot, because that card goes super ham. So we just go ahead and take out R2 with Blue Leader. I guess it was the only thing that could take out the R2, so that's probably fine. And then we go ahead and send 3 into the base. Gaining the Force. He's going to play Ackbar. Unfortunately, I didn't think this through fully. I should have played the Gungi first before attacking with Adi. Because now I have a Gungi that doesn't have an experience counter on it. So that's a slight misplay on my part there. But he's racing me, that's for sure. And we're not in a comfortable spot, but I don't think we're that far off right now. We are really close to stabilizing. I'm pretty sure I'm at like 18. That might also be incorrect. I might be at 10 there. I can't tell if that's 10 or 18. It could be either or. But we do have a massive board state. He's only got 2 things in play. He is going to have to attack with Ackbar, I think. As long as we don't see Hotshot Blaster, we're feeling okay. And he brought the Falcon back to hand to reset the damage on it. So he goes ahead and takes out he takes out Blue Leader. Or no, he hits the base and exhausts the Blue Leader. Okay, so I was at 10. I'm at 13 now. And then he gives me a 2-2. Very, very interesting. So we're going to go ahead and hit the base for 3. Huh. Am I planning on playing Kelleran this turn? Because otherwise, why would I not play the Blade? He already swung with his leader. I guess I could be playing around Bamboozle. So we'll send 3 to the base. I think I'm on course to just race here. But if that's the case, I really should have played this General's Blade. But then I wouldn't be able to play much else besides Blue Leader ambushing into the token. He's at 13. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't play the Blade this turn. On my leader. That's interesting. Alright. Well, I can put it on the Adi here and feel pretty good about that too, I guess. Still can't take out his leader. It being a 3-8 is pretty good. But I can push 6 damage this turn. And feel also pretty good about that. And this is going to make him think now. So we will go ahead and crash in for 6. And we'll just pass it on over. And now I can either drop Yoda into play this next turn. Or I can drop Kelleran. Either one seems pretty good. Because I'll have a good amount of units in play that are hitting really hard. And he's at 19 now. So we're just like, we're close to establishing game soon. And we do have a massive board state. So he's probably going to crash into my blue leader and exhaust Adi. That seems pretty good. I would guess that's his first action. If I remember correctly, that's his first action. Yeah, so he'll come into there and then exhaust the Adi and give me another 2-2. That is pretty good. Now what I should have done is not played anything out yet. But I guess playing Yoda is fine because it heals me 5 and I can take out Ackbar. And I'd still technically have the Sentinel that will trade with the Falcon. So I guess this line of play is fine. Plus I also have the 2-2 that I can come in and clean up the Falcon with. But now he's got some options himself. He is going to go ahead and trade. If he might have another Falcon, which would be crazy. And he does. Leave it to Josh to always have it, dude. Leave it to Josh. No, this isn't even Josh's main deck. He normally plays either Gar ECL or Quinlan Tarkentown. And with Force Throw and Tarkentown both being potential ban hammers this next, or tomorrow, or technically today when you watch this video, he's probably going to give up Quinlan and stick to Gar, which is a good move. It's a good move on his part. But now I think we had a good presentation of lethal in play, but he goes in and plays outmaneuver. Yeah, I lose a little bit of power with Force Throw being gone, but I mean, I still got stuff like Poe, Yoda. I've got, I think if Force Throw gets banned and Tarkentown gets banned, I'm kind of okay with both getting banned. I'd even be more okay if Tarkentown got banned and Force Throw didn't, but they both present toxic gameplay, and I understand. So if, let's say, Force Throw gets banned, I just put Jedi in hiding in my deck. I think it's a good replacement for a deck like this for Force Throw. I definitely think it's a good replacement. Because Force Throw is essentially a discard effect. You do get added stuff by having a Force unit in play. But I think Jedi in hiding kind of does the same thing while being a unit that I can press damage with, and it's hidden when it comes into play, right? So we go ahead and play Kelleran after he swings. And we go ahead and drop Huyang. And I think he might have claimed already. I'm not sure. But he's incentivized to now if he didn't already. And we'll give the buff to my leader. And then we go ahead and pass because he has to claim hoping to find another outmaneuver. And if he doesn't find an outmaneuver, we definitely have game here. So I think for all of you red-green heroic players, if you can, and you're up against Ackbar, We figured this out yesterday. Just control his board and rip apart his hand. As you can see, we're playing a sideboarded game here, because Pillage and Bombing Run aren't in my main deck. Rip apart their hand, control their board. Eventually they'll run out of steam because they're a Data Vault deck. And Data Vault decks have a really hard time dealing with their hand and board being disrupted. Their consistency isn't there. Like, as you can see, if he was playing a 50 card deck, he might have actually seen a second outmaneuver here, you know? So we go ahead and swing 7. That's going to put him to 32, which is 1 off. And then he doesn't really have a way to kill me this turn. And then I'd be able to come in for the win. What an awesome game. What an awesome opponent to be playing against. God is good, let me tell you. He is Yahweh. He is life, the truth, the way. And we'll catch you guys in the next one.